What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. And it's a new week, and we getting ready to change up how we do the show. Man, the last couple of weeks, man, been a little intense in the league. And quite frankly, spirits has been low. A lot of chatter's been going on about the direction, the O is headed. And it's not headed in a good direction. So that's why you got your boy Bray getting ready to get you hyped, get you live, get you ready for the Press Pass Live that I know for a fact Nate will have a whole bunch of positivity to throw your way. But I mean, we in week 5 right now. So we rolling through the season. We're going to talk about some player of the week. Might even highlight game of the week. Talk about some stats. And then just kind of highlight a couple games here or there. But you know what, man? Hey, just stay locked in with me. Roll with your boy. And we'll get you ready and off to the Press Pass Live. It's your boy Brady, y'all. Yeah. We on one night. Yeah. Volume up. Alright, man. Yo. Welcome back to the OMFL News After Dark, man. It's your boy Brady Sr. Week 5 already, y'all. We sliding and dipping through this bad boy. Let's see, man. You know what? Let's roll over to the transactions real quick. Let's roll over to the transactions real quick and see what's been going on in the league. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we had some signings, some re-signings going on. Highlight a couple of these. It looks like the Cowboys already locked in 2 of their players. They got almost about I'm looking at about $40 million off the books already with a wide receiver and a halfback. Bengals got them a signing. Looks like the Cardinals just emptied the wallet. They just snagged their cornerback Byron Murphy for $44 million. And then Brandon Linder, boy, did I trade it. Good to see he got his payday, 3 years, $32 million. Looks like the Packers went ahead and locked in Rashawn Gary for 4 years, $24 million. And just looking in here, it looks like McCole Hardman out there in the Giants got his payday, $55 million. And then, good God Almighty, biggest payday so far that I've just ran into. Looks like the Buccaneers just locked in Drew Lock for 4 years, $88 million. And that is not even the top dog, man. The top dog looks like I had to go a little bit deeper, man. Terry McLaurin out there in Washington, 4 years, $90 million, y'all. Like, Lord, have mercy. Pay this man. Pay this man. Woo! As we get further down the list, man, won't hold you guys up. Looks like a $180 million contract to Lamar Jackson out there in Baltimore. Bro, what you smoking? But I get it, man. He is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. You got to do what you got to do, but good God Almighty. That's what? Shit. That's way too much damn money. Hey, yo, man, it's your boy Brady, man. We'll be right back after this. Yeah. What's good, everybody, man? What's good? Man, you know, we back. Boy, it's your boy Brady Senior, man. It's the OMFL News After Dark. And we just got done talking about some re-signings. And, you know, my brain didn't want to cooperate with me this late at night. But $45 million a year to Lamar Jackson out there in Baltimore. Hope he don't have a career-ending injury. Like, good God almighty, man. A lot of money being dipped out that way. Biggest trade that I've seen in the transactions thus far was the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. It looks like Cowboys sent a first and a third for a linebacker and a wide receiver that I believe they actually signed in the previous clip. But, man, you know, let's roll over here and look at some injuries real quick. Let's look at some injuries real quick. See if, you know, of course, you know, Jacksonville, we got 80 overall linebacker out, and my boy P. Mo is down for another 3 weeks. And then, of course, you know, as we kind of scroll through here, won't keep you guys, you know, too locked in. Looking at some of these other injuries, 87 overall tight end out of, you know, the Raiders got themselves an injury. Tight end is down for 2 more weeks. It looks like the Saints, good God, 90 overall and a 72 overall player down for 2 to 5 weeks. And then you had Texans got them 81 overall right in, abdominal tear out for 4 weeks. But as I go through, man, there's a lot of highly rated players with abdominal tears. I'm seeing abdominal tears. Woo! And then you got Cleveland with Chubb, 95 overall player, man, out for 4 weeks with a pulled groin. So injuries is playing a big role in what you're seeing in the standings right now. But, man, hey, we'll be right back after this, man. We're going to talk about some of these stat players and players of the week and whatnot, and we'll get you over to the Press Pass Live, but yeah. Hey, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And yeah, looking at the standings real quick, getting ready to talk about these power rankings, but just wanted to let you guys know, man, right, currently, we only have 3 teams remaining in the undefeated ranks, and it's Cowboys at 4-0, Chiefs at 3-0, and the Giants at 4-0. And the Giants have literally the greatest defense right now, man. 104 points scored and only allowed 26 points total this season. Yep, they blew me out. So, yeah, no comment. But let's go with the power rankings currently as of week 5. Yeah, Cowboys at the 1, Chiefs at the 2, Giants at the 3, Raiders at the 4, Titans at the 5, Panthers at the 6, Falcons at 7, Patriots at 8, Dolphins at 9, and the Vikings at 10. Yeah, man, let me know in the comments what you think about these power rankings, and who do you think will stay undefeated through week 8? Let me know. Peace. Yeah. Hey, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior giving you the OMFL News After Dark. As you know, as always, man, we always got to give the shameless plug, bruh. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and definitely hit the share on all your social media platforms, man. Get the word out about the GrownFolks community, especially the OMFL, even if we don't know how long we gonna last. still get the word out, man. We gonna get it right. Think it'll be here for a little bit longer, but gotta get them spirits up, fellas. But other than that, man, yeah, definitely get over to the GrownFolks OC website. Check out all of our content. TFL, the NBC, the ATG, the OMFL, the TFL. I think I already said it already. The Deuce. I mean, there's so many leagues out there, man, that we represent on all platforms, to be honest with you. And then, of course, we got, shooter leagues and shooter clubs and whatnot, for PUBG, for Call of Duty and whatnot. So, yeah, man, come check us out. Peace. Oh, man. Drop that beat, bitch. Hey, welcome back to the OMFL News at the Dark, y'all. And I'm sitting here looking at the newbie news in game. And it's just talking about the Browns game. Apparently somebody caught 361 yards of total offense receiving. Like, nah, fam. Spam alert. Like, come on, y'all. That's ridiculous. We better win the game. Okay, yeah, it says in a win. That's ridiculous, bro. FPR alert. But anyway, man, welcome back, man. We get ready to talk about some players of the week real quick. And the players of the week for last week, week 4, it looks like it was Ezekiel Elliott was the offensive man, 17 carries, 121 yards, 2 TDs. Then you had Eric Armstead on the defensive side with 3 tackles, 4 sacks, no interception, and 1 forced fumble. It looks like that boy's got something really brewing over there in San Francisco, because he's got 2 of his linemen are up there in the sack totals. I think he's got somebody with 10 and somebody with 7. Like, some bullshit is happening. But yo, man, hey, it is what it is. Do what you do, bruh. But hey, stay tuned, man, because we gonna get up out of here and turn this motherfucker over to Nate in the Press Pass Live. All right, man, welcome back. It's your boy Brady Senior, man. Give you the OMFL News after dark, and I'm well over my time. So we gonna get the fuck out of here, bruh, and pass this over to, Nate and the rest of the board that runs the Press Pass Live, and let them talk about the goings on in the league. And then, of course, hopefully they kind of highlight some games for the week. But as I get out of here, man, I'm going to try and rattle off a few things here. The way too soon playoff race. I mean, it's way too soon. But you know what? Let's look at it here real quick. Hopefully I can get this up real fast. Get who's on the bubble, who's not. Get my clicks. I know you hear my clicks. But real quick, man, it looks like the Chiefs, Titans, Patriots, Browns, Raiders, and Dolphins and Jaguars kind of level out the 7 teams in the AFC, with bubble teams of Texans, Ravens, and Buffalo Bills. It looks like Jaguars will drop out, Texans will step in, and then over in the NFC you have the Cowboys, the Panthers, the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Giants, the Falcons, and the Cardinals. And then, of course, you have bubble teams in the Lions, Saints, and Buccaneers. So, man, tell me what you think. who's going to stay on. But other than that, man, it's your boy Brady Senior, man, signing off. Peace, love. And as always, motherfucking hair grease. I'm out.
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Press Pass Live. Glad that you're hanging out with me. Chat is working tonight. It's quiet, though. A bunch of you guys are on, but nobody's really chatting it up. Apologize for... I don't think you got lag, but I had lag because my computer was freezing up on me. It said I'd reached my RAM limit. I had to clear some RAM. So I hope you're doing okay tonight. It's a rough night to do a show, man. It's always rough when your team loses in the NFL. You know, you're out of the playoffs and your season's kind of over. But tonight was a weird night. It's the end of an era, and it's crazy to think that we've been blessed enough here to root on Drew Brees for 20 years, and it's made me really reflective all day, just about, you know, knowing that this could have been the end, and definitely was the end, and kind of, yeah, all that we've been blessed enough to experience over the last couple of years. And it's made me super reflective and a little down and a little low energy than my normal self, but it's okay. I think we're going to kind of get through it. It's been, unless you live here, unless you've been here and or from here or live here, it's hard to understand how the Saints are connected to their community and you know, how much they meant to me growing up, but really how much Drew Brees over the last 20 years has, you know, brought this city back on the back of his play in a lot of way. And this is a guy that didn't have to come here after Katrina and yet still came here and has been a part of the rebuild that the city has went through over the last, you know, 20 years. And yeah, I mean, look, the Saints mean a lot to me just because it was the only connection point with my dad, right? Not to get a ton into my story, but one of the first memories that I have is being like 12 or 13, and my dad brought me to my first Saints game. And I just remember what it was like to be in the Superdome for the first time and just kind of experience that crowd. And the Saints were always the lovable losers, and I could relate to that. And especially the way I grew up and kind of my upbringing and how the Saints kind of represented our community, just the people who would fight really hard, blue collar, and could never quite get above. And I remember holding on to that ticket forever and ever and ever, and just like weeks and months after, just kind of staring at that ticket and remembering what it was like to go to the city and be in the Superdome. And sports really was the only connection point between me and my dad's relationship. And I know a lot of people can relate to that, but it's why I'm such a Saints fan. It's why I'm such an LSU fan. It's more than just the game. but the city does kind of rise and fall with the Saints. And when they lose, it's the most depressing city. Tomorrow is going to be the most depressing day, and everybody's energy's super low. And then we get excited for the next season. But tonight was the end of an era, and it hit me tonight though that the OMFL started right as Drew Brees signed his contract to be at the Saints, and it feels like it's the end of an era in more ways than one. So again, a lot of you guys are on tonight, but chat's pretty quiet. So let's see if I can't pick up the energy a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different tonight. I'm super reflective about just what I've got to experience over the last 20 years with my real life Saints and kind of where we are as a league right now. These things kind of converge. I think we all have that in our lives, right? There were moments kind of converge and create this different environment that you would have than normal. And when a lot of things kind of converge at one time, which is kind of what I feel like I'm experiencing tonight, put you in a different state of mind. And so I've been super reflective about exactly what direction tonight's show was going to go and what I was going to say, but let's go jump into it. Appreciate Brady doing Press Pass Live again tonight. It was a good show. It was a long show, but it was a good show. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Some good games this week. I think we've had some barn burner of games the last couple of weeks, and I think we've kind of missed the point, but we'll kind of get to that a little later. I think we're missing some really great games here. Cincinnati barely falls to New England 27-10. The Washington-Indy game was a great game to watch. Washington really had owned that game until late. He throws a tough pick, and Indianapolis brings it back, I think, for a pick six. End up taking the lead and winning that game, but it was a really hard-fought battle between both those teams. Washington, this team reminds me of the team he built in Arizona. Rob just knows how to build really great teams, but a little bit like Bill is like just one step off or one play from getting over the hump and being one of the elite teams in the NFC. Eagles hanging tough with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are just a tough out, period. He's lost 2 games the last 2 seasons or something like that. So, but the Eagles have turned the corner and really rebuilt this roster, and they're a fun team to watch. Now, Atlanta and Green Bay in look, if you watch Priest games, it's going to be hard for him to win the way he plays here. He's just trying to. It feels, I don't know what he's doing. I'm not in his head, but he slings the ball around. That's kind of what he likes to do. That's his style, and that's definitely what he's doing in this game. I heard this game was really close, but some late turnovers for Detroit made this one kind of get away, but the Giants have given up 38 points. We'll talk about that too on defense, and they're just a great defensive team. Miami and Minnesota, this will been a really fun game to watch. A 28-24 victory for Miami. We'll talk about this game. We'll skip it for right now. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Pittsburgh played the CPU because Baltimore's moving to the States and what would it be called? The continental U.S. He's from U.S., but Puerto Rico, but moving, I think, to Texas. And so his team's CPU. Denver and Tennessee. This would have been another really fun game to watch. A 2-point victory for Tennessee, who's really turned the corner. Jacksonville falls to Kansas City. Nothing to hang your head about, but Jacksonville's been off this year and not quite themselves. And then had a really fun game against Massachusetts. This was a close game until late in this one, 27-10 for the New Orleans Saints. So some really good games, but it kind of brings us to this point of what I said I was going to do when we got to week 6. So let's get over there and just kind of talk about it, and that is the league-wide vote. All right, I said we were going to do it, so let's do it. Sorry, I was trying to check something that seemed a little off. So we put up our week 6 vote for the settings, and this is where we are at. Exactly what I said was going to happen, almost to a T. 28%, 32%, 20%, 20%. So just about even across the board. Of course, sim mode has just a couple of more votes in total. What would that be? 5 votes, if I'm doing my math right, in total more, with all Madden Sim with 1 more vote. Still 7 more people left to go. I don't know if we'll quite get there. I'll make another push in the morning and see if we can't wrap this up tomorrow. But this is what I was afraid was going to happen. This is what I thought my feelings were telling me when we got to this, but I kind of wanted to, how can I put this? Yeah, I don't even know how to say this, so maybe I don't say it. What I'm trying to get to is I don't do well when people take shots at me in the chat, and so there was shots taken at me of why I don't put up votes, and so kind of put it up to prove a point, and I think the point has been proven. This is what we thought. Everyone likes something completely different. Literally, there would be no way to make more than a quarter of you happy. That's what this vote's telling us. Unless it goes way weird in these last 7 votes, which I don't envision it, unless somebody watches this and then everybody, those last 7 are like, let's just pick one to get this over with. That could definitely happen. But I think my theory has been proven pretty right, and that is you all want something pretty dramatically different. And there's no way to please any of you. If I went with comp, half of you are going to be upset. If I went sim, the other half is going to be upset. If I go all Madden, 3/4 of you are going to be mad, and those are the ones I'm going to hear from. If I went pro, all pro, 3/4 of you are going to be mad, and the other quarter would be happy. There's just no way to make everybody happy here. And that's what this Madden's created. They've created an experience that we all like a little bit differently. And it's unfortunate, but we'll let these last couple of votes play out, see where it falls. There was an idea that we put up a second vote, narrow down the options. I know there's a question in the mailbag about this. We'll get to it, but I don't know what options to give you. They're almost all even across the board. I guess we could put all pro, all sim. We might go that direction. We'll see where these last 7 votes go. But it's starting to just kind of feel like a waste of time, because all pro and all Madden on comp mode got 50-50. So those would just go all pro, all Madden for sim. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know really where to go tonight. I'm starting to think, oh, no, there we go. I was like, are people not chatting, or did something go haywire, which happens? But there's Trey. Yeah, I went all pro. I went all Madden comp just because that was my most enjoyable experience. It was super hard, but I enjoyed it the most. Knowing that it wouldn't win, I didn't think it would get but 1 or 2 votes. Yeah, so I don't know what to say about it. This is where we are, right? And we'll see where the last few votes go, and then maybe put up a couple of other ones. There's been some really encouraging things come out of this. There's been a couple of owners who've really engaged with the testing. I felt like re-engaged with our league since these discussions have started, which has been awesome. And then a handful of people that I thought were like cornerstones here have kind of went the opposite direction and disengaged from the league and actually started playing in other leagues. Man, I'll be honest with you, with all of you guys that are on here tonight. Thanks, Trey, for hanging out with me in the chat so I don't feel so lonely. There's a situation going on in my head. It's not really a situation. I don't know what it is, but it's because I'm so reflective, because it feels like it's the end of an era in more ways than one for me personally in life right now. And knowing that this show was coming, and kind of where we are as a league, and kind of where we went. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'll just say that all of this is personal. People say that this isn't personal. I think people say this isn't personal as like a get out of jail free card, but it is. Like, if you're saying something from one person to another, and I don't want to get into like the actual definition of what personal means and what people mean by it, you're probably going to say something that feels aimed at someone, right? And we're not robots. We don't live outside of our emotions, right? We interact through our emotions, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. I'm setting that up to say most of this stuff I get over pretty quickly. Like, I'm learning more and more how not to respond. It's a great leadership tip I've learned and will share. Leadership is the ability of learning what to ignore, and that is something I got to get better at, and I will get better at, including the situation that I'm sort of hinting to and don't really want to speak to. I never want to tell people where to play and not play, but there's one community that it's really disappointing that we have any owners that call this place their home, that play there, and that number is growing, and that's really disappointing to hear. And it's playing in kind of to where my mind is and kind of where my energy is right now. It's just it's disappointing that people would choose to play somewhere that actively goes out of their way to be petty and tear me down and tear this community and all that we have built over 20 years down. They're just angry people, and it's sad. And there was somebody that was offered a spot here that didn't have time to play here, quit before we actually started playing, and then without saying anything, rejoined the Deuce, rejoined this other community I'm talking about, and now leaders here playing over there. It's disappointing. Again, never going to tell people where not to play, and I don't want to. I've already given them too much attention just by mentioning that this is an issue, and so I'm just going to move on. That's where we are in the votes, guys, and so we're going to go ahead and dive into some Press Pass Live, and because I think some of the Press Pass Live questions hit kind of where I wanted to go tonight anyway. And so, Cobe, thanks for the questions, as well as Colin, which I think is an interesting question. So Cobe says he wants to know why All-Pro Sim was an option to vote on if we didn't even test those settings. Honestly, Cobe, it was just I didn't want to have the argument after the fact, right? And argument's a tough word. That's not even a fair word. I didn't even want to have the discussion that sometimes feels like it gets passive aggressiveness of like, well, that wasn't even an option. So I just put them all up there. It's like, you guys all play in multiple leagues. If you don't play that setting and you don't have any preference, then don't vote for it. But for those who did, I didn't want to have the conversation after in a season if all Madden wins of like, well, you didn't even give us the option of All-Pro Sim. So just kind of put it all on the table and let people vote. So that's really what it came down to, that I just didn't want to get flack for it after it was all over with. Now back to football. As he said, what teams have surprised you the most, both positively and negatively? That's a really great question, and kind of brings me to some homework I was doing before the show starts. So let's get over here. I think there's, again, a lot of really good games that we're kind of missing out on. I'll go division by division because you also asked for predictions, so I'll just knock out two birds with one stone. Browns are a big surprise for me, as well as the Steelers, but both of them are taking advantage of the fact that the Ravens are not playing this season, or at least missing most of their games. Hopefully he will be back online in the next couple advances, the hope is. And so the Steelers are a surprise for me in a positive way. It's good to see him back engaged. You know, his 99 points, so he's playing better defense. He just has to get that offense figured out. He's on a 3-game winning streak. He's been testing a lot, so it's really, really good to see from Clyde. The Browns have definitely got Ken Green playing really good football. They've just got to figure out some things defensively, and losing Chubb has hurt their team, and so hopefully he isn't out super long. And I really would like to see the Bengals turn the corner here. 1-5 is a little bit of a disappointment. He's on a 4-game losing streak, and you would expect that Burrow would have some weapons around him by now. Back to I'm going to pick the Browns to win this one. I think the Steelers are going to battle them all the way. Unless the Ravens show up in the next couple of advances, I think it's pretty much out for them. Good to see the Titans back at the top. I don't know that I would consider them a surprise just because we've seen how good they are. The Texans are a surprise for me. I know he hasn't been happy with the settings and maybe hasn't sent me all of his feelings because of some of the remarks I said on Press Pass Live about not loving the paragraphs of stuff. I do appreciate feedback. So, yeah, I didn't mean that people can't give me their feedback, but as you can see with the vote, there's only so much I can do here. And so I would think that they're going to turn the corner here. They've gotten rid of their quarterback. They got their running back, who was an import, playing much better football. And the Jags are a massive disappointment for me. Actually, Jags and Colts, but Jags have been so good this Madden. They've really taken a step back here, and it's been on the defensive side of the football, giving up 169 points. That's not Jaguars football. It's not Brady's football. He's going to have to really get things figured out and turned around. And then the Colts, he's made tons of trades. I think he just can't settle. I don't know why he can't seem to settle, but he's got Woodward now, who's kind of moved around a little bit. It's just disappointing that he traded for Murray, gave up a good first-round pick to D-Money just to trade the guy away. That's just disappointing from a kind of commissioner side of things, but he has a right to do whatever he wants with this team, and he too is going to have to get the defensive side of the ball figured out. And I wish he would have stayed in Atlanta. He really had that team playing good, and he was losing close games, and I think he was just a couple players away from really turning the corner. AFC East, there's no real surprises here outside of the Jets. 2-3. I thought he was going to turn the corner and start playing much better football. 82 points. He's going to have to get some things figured out on offense, but he's kind of had a little bit of an up and down season the last two seasons. These two are really going to continue to battle out. I didn't get my pick here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Titans. I think they're back. They're playing good football, and I think they're going to win this division. AFC East, this is going to be a fun division down to the end. I'm going to take the Dolphins to win this one, but don't give up on the Patriots because, man, they're a good football team, and Bloop knows what he's doing over there. AFC West is all about Kansas City. You can't pick anybody else, but it's good to see the Raiders back engaged and winning a couple of football games. But the Los Angeles Chargers here, I don't know what the deal is. 2-4. He had a CPU game that we can go ahead and talk about right now. I already got the DMs. I already see it in chat. He's been spoken to. Those stats in that game will not be considered when we get to the end of the year for Pro Bowl and outside award votes. And I don't know why he did it. It's super disappointing. Colin has been a board member here forever and ever. He's a really great dude. I got nothing but respect for him. But this was a brain fart, to say the least, to go and do what he did to the CPU. Get a win. Go do what you got to do. I kind of go lax on FPR standards about play calls and bouncing runs. Like when you're playing the CPU, it's super cheesy. Just go get a win. But when it's out of hand, put in backups and hit the brakes. And yeah, passing for 8 touchdowns is super disappointing. So is what it is, but it's been handled, and he got a verbal, and we'll move on with our lives. NFC North, good to see the Vikings giving the Lions some competition here. I'm going to just say I'm disappointed in the Packers. I've watched him play. It's like he's not even trying. That's the vibe you get when you watch him play. It doesn't make any reads. He just kind of slings the ball. And the Bears, Love played so good last season. 1-4, 128 points against them, 74. So he's not playing good offense, and his defense isn't playing normal Smash football. And you expect Smash to play better. I'm expecting him to turn things around and be a competitor here in the NFC North, which was really his division for so long. I'm going to take the Lions to win this division, but hopefully Vikings can continue to push him. This is all about your division this year. I think you're going to win it. I think that you are a very good owner, very good team. You will continue to work on your FPR and have. I'm not saying that you have FPR now. I just know early when you joined here there was a little bit of an issue, but I think it's totally figured out now, and I think this is your division to win. The Buccaneers play me really well, but seem to struggle against almost everybody else. He did hang in there with D Money, and the Panthers feel distracted. And even though he's got a really good team, honestly doesn't feel like he's interested in the OMFL, much less his team or anything else here. And my Saints are going to be up and down. I'm an 8-8 team. Too many interceptions with my quarterback. And I think once we settle into some settings here soon, I'll try to find my footing and maybe get a wild card next season. This is all about the Cowboys, just like the Kansas City's division. You got to pick the Cowboys to win this one until somebody beats them. But man, the Giants have put together maybe one of the best defenses that we've ever seen in the OMFL, giving up only 35 points through 5 games, and that's pretty amazing stats there. He's right there, undefeated, definitely going to be one of the top wild card teams. Little bit of a disappointment, even though he's lost some really close games. If you look at his stats, it's right up there with both of these teams. I really like the team that Rob has built and think he'll continue to win some ball games. And, who knows, I think could push for a wild card late in the season. Eagles are a good surprise. I thought he'd have 1 or 2 more wins, but you can see he's much more competitive and he's getting some things figured out. It's been fun to work with him. Just the type of owner I shouldn't say that. I want to continue to add to as we have to find owners. Just a good dude, a nice dude, and trying his best to turn some things around there in Philly, and I dig that. And a lot of respect for me. D-Money, his Cards are going to win this division, but it's good to see the 49ers and the Seahawks still fighting. Good to see the 49ers winning some games. 49ers are a bit of a positive surprise. The Rams are a negative surprise. 1-4 for this team is just not what I expected. I thought he would have more wins by this. He's got a talented team, though. He started to rebuild that roster, and so we'll see exactly where they fall. So I think I killed 2 birds with 1 stone there for you, Cobe, and hopefully we knocked it out. Colin asked, what is the reason behind the new punt rule? Didn't know. I knew that there were going to be people that didn't love it, if I'm totally honest with you. Let's get back over there because I don't know if we need this. Maybe. Boy, that took a long time. I don't know what that was about. So Colin asked, what's the reason behind the new punt rule? Honestly, it was just a discussion that Mo had in chat one day, and I thought it was neat. Here's probably the biggest reason that I voted for it. It was actually a 50-50 vote, and so when it gets us to 50-50, I get to be the tiebreaker, and I went ahead and voted it in. If we don't love it, we'll take it away. I definitely think it was worth trying for a season. Number one, punting right now, especially if we go all pro, takes zero skill. It just does. There's no skill behind punting it right out of bounds on all pro when you can see the meter and do what you got to do, right? And so everybody knows that punters and kickers in a lot of ways don't really, they aren't game changers. So it doesn't matter if you have an elite punter or kicker. You can pick up a free agent punter and kicker and do just as well for most of us. And so how do we bring back the return game, and how do we make punting matter? And one of the easy ways was don't allow us to move the kick meter and allow the skill to be in stopping your meter either before or after the accuracy to kind of move exactly where you want it to go. And I thought it was an awesome idea, and it's worth giving a shot. If we don't like it, we'll take it away. And if we do like it, then we put in skill. We've added returns back to a strategy here in the OMFL, which you don't really have right now. And it just it's a good addition, and it's definitely worth a try. So that was my reasoning behind it. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick refresh just to make sure. Yeah, no new ones. the bird, the bull, the hovercraft. I don't know what any of that means. I guess Trey has nicknames for everybody that I didn't know about. Yeah, there's definitely some really good divisions and some good games, and I think that just got to get some settings figured out. So tonight's a pretty short show. We're at 46 minutes. I'll keep my next kind of comments hopefully under 10 minutes, if not less, and just kind of a state of the league address about where we are. I got an interesting DM from an owner here that I respect, a board member, not Dwayne, for those of you who are wondering, another board member who I really respect. If I understand correctly, there's a lot of reasons I respect this guy, just because he's earned my respect with kind of the owner and how he's represented. Honestly, I even remember kind of a tough interaction with him early on. Kind of gave some feedback. I felt that was a little tough to kind of process through. But he just earned my respect with the kind of person he is. And I think he's a military veteran. And so if you can't respect people who give their lives to protecting us, then I guess there's other questions you should probably ask yourself. So that person just kind of said they felt like overall the vibe of the league is that we've kind of lost our way, and we really have. Again, I've shared this a couple times, not going to rehash the whole thing, but this happens every probably 4 to 5 human years with the OMFL and kind of myself, and it takes something to kind of shake things and move things. But again, tonight, as I sit here, it feels like the end of an era in more ways than one. Drew signed his contract as we started, and probably tonight was his last game. And again, I haven't made any promise, haven't made any decisions about where we are. Did you give too big of a message, Trey? Let's see. Penguins is strong passing game and solid running game. Me and the Bull live with the run to open up pass games, and Kobe is the balance of both. Too long of a message. Let's see if I can add a few more characters, because you guys keep getting timed out, and it seems like you get one strike with the way this is set up. But anyway, I don't want this to kind of be the end of what we've built, but one way or the other, we have to get some things figured out, because we kind of have lost our way. And so he told me just to kind of, rehash the mission statement. We don't really have one. And I'll be honest, I don't love mission statements and vision statements in real life. I get them. I understand them. My personal feelings about real life mission, vision statements for companies, organizations, are for elite, few, small percentage of people that matter, or that care about those things, and they're usually very disconnected from reality. And I think normal people just don't care about those things. And I personally have never read a mission or a vision statement just like been life changed. It either like, yeah, they kind of represent that, or nah, they kind of miss that point. And I guess that's ultimately the proper way to keep mission and vision statements in their proper place. It sucks, Trey, that all of your messages got deleted. You're the only one talking with me, and it deleted all of your messages. I will mess with that after we log off tonight. Look, the OMFL was created because I played in a Tecmo league called the TBFL, Tecmo Bowl Football League. And there were some super cool guys there that really took you under their wing and built relationships. And it was playing a game that I remember as a kid. Just like, it's my first online gaming experience. It was just a ton of fun. And so when Madden dropped, I seen the toxic side of online, and just like people being hateful and mean to one another and just not being nice to one another. And so the idea to create a league that gave me all the fun stuff, but also allowed me to create a place where everybody could feel safe, and we could create a place where like everybody at least like got along and was nice to each other. They didn't have to be best friends. You didn't actually have to like each other, but you found a way to get along and be nice. So there's a saying, I've talked about this here in New Orleans, it's by an artist, and it says, they make these signs, and they have them in businesses, and it says, be nice or leave. And that's really kind of, if there was a mission statement, that would be the mission statement for the OMFL, be nice or leave. Because the game is the game, and I think skill level is skill level, and people like Outlaw, when he's able to be engaged, or people, why am I blanking on his name? Lost Sniper, people that just try to grow their skills and are willing to lean in on other people, and other people rallying around to help them. Like, that stuff I really dig, and I have so much respect for. It's all the other stuff that isn't that fun, right? It's I think we're in a weird place as a world right now where COVID has been a thing for so long, and it's really affected a lot of our mental health, physical health. A lot of us have pressures. I even heard, recently that even people in our league have lost their jobs, and just a tough place out there right now, and a lot of big life things happening for people. And then you play a game that you want to enjoy in a community that you want to enjoy, and it's not a flawless game. It can be really flawed sometimes, and those frustrations kind of build up, and the outlet is the chat, right? Because at the end of the day, we are made up fake pseudo names, but outside of the fake pseudo names and an avatar, you're nameless, faceless, gray blobs. And outside of me and one or two other people who are on camera here, we don't even know what each other looks like, or we rarely get on voice and talk to each other like humans. It's all through chat. And so you can be mean, and you can put on tone and inflect, and being reflective about Drew and kind of what he's meant to our city, and how our city is going to be different moving forward, and being reflective about where we are as a community, seeing people that I thought were diehard for this community, both for the OMFL and the GrownFolks, and helping me grow, seeing them go, over and play in a community that really, if they had their way, we would not even exist, and are actively taking shots and doing what they can. Anyway, I don't even know how to put a period at the end of that statement. And then seeing some interactions between a couple of owners, one of which was a board member who I openly said I was kind of disappointed in seeing it. I understood, I get it. I just wish we were nicer to each other. And at the end of the day, as this owner who approached me about kind of doing a league status of the league address or whatever, as he said, and I agree with, we've lost our way, because ultimately we just aren't very kind to each other sometimes, and we're not rallying behind each other. We're not trying to help one another. Like, it bothers me that guys who win multiple championships here or go undefeated don't try to help other people that I know of, and we're always trying to bend rules and find a gimmick that we can use to get an advantage or get an edge, and no one is producing content for the OMFL right now. We don't have any other shows other than mine. I can't get anybody to do an all 22. One or two guys test. That's about it. And it's just somehow we've gotten off focus of what really matters, and what really matters are the relationships. Just doing Press Pass Live tonight and seeing a normal crew on, 7 to 10 people kind of off and on, and Trey's the only one talking tonight for whatever reason. It sucks, and maybe it is the end of an era, and yeah, who knows? Yeah. Sometimes your heart wants to say things that your brain says no to. And I've been arguing with myself all day about what I was going to say on here and do on here. And I'm going to stick to my guns. And I want to get the enjoyment back to Brady. I want guys to start enjoying themselves and having fun again. It sucks when people move teams and we lose rivalries. I feel like we don't have many rivalries anymore. I feel like the upper echelon of teams that win aren't really helping the lower teams. Our mentor program doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Again, no one will come do content with me, and it just sucks. We are not in a great place, and ultimately, there's only so much I can do as the leader, and I know I haven't really helped as much as I could, and I gotta do better, and I gotta try to help better. But it's hard. I've been carrying this thing for a long time, and I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth carrying anymore. And ultimately, y'all get to pick. And the bottom line is if it's still like this in a season, then the culture, the organization made the decision that we had a good run, a great run, an amazing run. 20 years is, I can't, it doesn't even feel right to say. It sounds stupid. I'm always embarrassed when I tell people to, like, that's the kind of geek I am. I played video game for 20 years, but I love it. I love this community. I love the guys here, but it sucks that the guys aren't here. So this is kind of the last I'm going to talk about it, and I'm just going to try to be myself for the rest of this Madden. Again, I think my energy's lower than normal tonight just because of Drew Brees and the Saints. And kind of, where we are is a kind of a city tonight. Again, losing the playoffs sucks, and it always sucks to have your season end. Everybody goes through it. But losing Drew Brees and watching the end of his career end like that just really blows. And then to kind of feel like I'm pushing this thing along by myself. I got a lot of areas in my life right now where that fits, being by myself. And if you watch my sermon today, I talk about that. I don't do good by myself. I like people. I like to be with people. I like to work together as a team. Nothing excites me more than when the board's super engaged and positive, and we're really pushing for it, and the league's enjoying it, and we're talking football, and we're talking records, and we're talking showdowns and matchups, and we got freaking podcasts, and we got content, and we're looking at power rankings, and we just don't have any of that. We just don't have any of that. You're right, Trey. We do have a good head coach, and that's what I've been reminding myself. Even though we don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback anymore, we do have a really good coach. So, again, I love you guys. I love this league. I'm doing everything in my power. I do hope that these settings will kind of make a decision for us, and we can focus on football and in having fun again. The sad part is my theory's right. It's spread out all around. Oh, no, it's not too soon. I mean, I'm not a Tom Brady hater, nor am I a fan. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, so, like, what are you going to do, right? Like, Brees played really bad today, and Mike Thomas hasn't been himself all year because of the ankle. Harris, losing him was such a big weapon for us. The fumble by Cooks sucked, and you can't turn the ball over 4 times and then get the ball inside the 20 on 2 punt returns and not score or field goal. So it is what it is. No, I'm not serious. It's just Drew Brees. Losing Drew Brees sucks and blows, but we'll see what the team can do. We're also like $60 million over the cap, so that sucks too. All right, let's get these settings figured out. Let's get back to having fun. I'm going to try to do I've offered to do an all 22 with a handful of guys who said they'd do it. No one responded, so I think I'm back to just doing content by myself. Brady too. That's not fair because Brady's putting out lots of content. So I really appreciate the OMFL news. I enjoy listening every single week. I get to listen before everybody else. And next week we'll just break down. We're not going to talk settings. I'm done talking settings unless it's a mailbag question. I'm not going to bring it up. I just want to have fun. I just want to go play some football and win, lose, or draw, go have fun, building relationships and having some fun. So, yeah, I guess that's it. End of an era tonight. We'll see where it takes us. It's really going to be up to us as a league, though, to take ownership and turn this thing around. And so, come with me. Come help me. Let's go ahead and make a vote if you haven't voted on the settings. Let's see where that brings us. Make a decision. Put in some sliders. And I don't think we'll get many more updates, if any. Maybe one more. I think there'll be minor tweaks. I don't see anything too major coming out from Madden. It's getting pretty late in the season now. And let's go finish strong. And hopefully COVID will be gone. We'll probably take another early break because of COVID, right? I'm pretty sure hopefully COVID will be a thing of the past by the time the summer gets here, and people going to want to be outside. And if that's true, we're going to need to take an early break. So, Brady, Trey, thanks for hanging out with me tonight in the chat, and sorry for being a little low energy tonight, but frozen. I'm not frozen. Brady, Trey, am I frozen for you? I'm working on my end. No drop frames. Nothing on my end. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Sorry, Maniac. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. But anyway, I'd love to see some new content. I'd love to see some positive energy. I'd love to see some of our top guys. I'm kind of calling you out. I'd love to see you start mentoring and helping some of these other guys start to tweak their game. Some guys are really good here about it. Bloop, I know, is one of my favorite people to talk about, just to help me look at my team and maybe see something that maybe I don't see. And I've had fun with Lost Sniper. You're just kind of working with him. So content, I'll do some like screen sessions with all 22, and Brady hopefully will keep doing the news with me, and hopefully we'll see some other content. Let's just get back to focus on football. Forget about the settings. Forget about Madden. Forget, how good it is, bad it is, whatever. I'm so tired about arguing. It is the game that we got, so let's go play it and let's go have fun. And if you're looking for something else to come plug into, come play some of these other games with us. We'll keep doing our incentive plan and doing what we do because I believe in it. So I love you guys. I'm rambling now. And don't really know how to end this show, so let's just end it. Peace and love. God bless you. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to share a thought, but I've been sharing thoughts all night. Again, if you are Brick 2000, if you were if you feel like I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling. Listen, my sermon this past week was all about the mind. It was about getting beyond religion, breaking down religious views of God, of Christianity, which I think are all very off focus. You talk about somebody's gotten off focus. Christianity is one of those things. And how do we live a transformed mind? How do we live a life that is actually different than everybody else? And I just kind of share these simple thoughts that God came not to change our behavior, but to change our mind. And if we can experience a transformed mind, a new mind, the Bible says, when we're living in a new life with Him, then that new mind will change our behavior naturally, just like when you have a mate or someone that you're interested in or dating. Intimacy is something that happens naturally out of relationship. When you're in a natural real relationship with Jesus Christ outside of the confines of religion, religiosity, of rules and perspectives and all of the things that happen, especially in American religion, then you can experience a brand new life that starts with a transformed mind that just opens up all kinds of new doors. So go check it out if you're into it. It's in the spiritual forum. And peace, love, and what Brady said. My kid heard that the other day. My wife heard it too because I was listening to it in the kitchen, and they were like, "What did he say?" I was like, "Don't ask." So now you know. Peace and love, guys. Have a great week. God bless you. You know what? I might do a little all 22 film session tomorrow. Well, Saints and Sinners, all 22, coming to you live tomorrow. So come hang out with me. I'll start practicing what I preach, and I'm going to put out content myself. All right, love you guys. Peace.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. And it's a new week, and we getting ready to change up how we do the show. Man, the last couple of weeks, man, been a little intense in the league. And quite frankly, spirits has been low. A lot of chatter's been going on about the direction, the O is headed. And it's not headed in a good direction. So that's why you got your boy Bray getting ready to get you hyped, get you live, get you ready for the Press Pass Live that I know for a fact Nate will have a whole bunch of positivity to throw your way. But I mean, we in week 5 right now. So we rolling through the season. We're going to talk about some player of the week. Might even highlight game of the week. Talk about some stats. And then just kind of highlight a couple games here and there. But you know what, man? Hey, just stay locked in with me. Roll with your boy. And we'll get you ready and off to the Press Pass Live. It's your boy Brady, y'all. Yeah. We on one tonight. Yeah. Volume up. Alright, man. Yo. Welcome back to the OMFL News After Dark, man. It's your boy Brady Sr. Week 5 already, y'all. We sliding and dipping through this bad boy. Let's see, man. You know what? Let's roll over to the transactions real quick. Let's roll over to the transactions real quick and see what's been going on in the league. You know what I'm saying? Looked like we had some signings, some re-signings going on. Highlight a couple of these. It looks like the Cowboys already locked in 2 of their players. They got almost about I'm looking at about $40 million off the books already with a wide receiver and a halfback. Bengals got them a signing. Looks like the Cardinals just emptied the wallet. They just nagged their cornerback Byron Murphy for $44 million. And then Brandon Linder, boy, did I trade it. Good to see he got his payday, 3 years, $32 million. Looks like the Packers went ahead and locked in Rashawn Gary for 4 years, $24 million. And just looking in here, it looks like McCole Hardman out there in the Giants got his payday, $55 million. And then, good God Almighty, biggest payday so far that I've just ran into, looks like the Buccaneers just locked in Drew Lock for 4 years, $88 million. And that is not even the top dog, man. The top dog looks like I had to go a little bit deeper, man. Terry McLaurin out there in Washington, 4 years, $90 million, y'all. Like, Lord, have mercy. Pay this man. Pay this man. Woo! As we get further down the list, man, won't hold you guys up. Looks like a $180 million contract to Lamar Jackson out there in Baltimore. Bro, what you smoking? But I get it, man. He is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. You got to do what you got to do. But good God Almighty. That's what? Shit. That's way too much damn money. Hey, yo, man, it's your boy Brady, man. We'll be right back after this.